empty space in our heart. And, you know, it's been hard. It's been hard.
The Upshaw family dealing with that emptiness, that longing for questions since 2019 after the family lost 23-year-old Keion Upshaw in a drive-by shooting in Fort Myers. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Earl.
And I'm Nadine Yanis. Finally, some answers for this family. On Thursday, the United States Attorney actually announced that 2 men have been charged in that 2019 murder of Upshaw. 24-year-old Marvin Harris Jr., a.k.a. Mesh, and 25-year-old Latrel Jackson, also known as Kobe, from Illinois, are now charged with conspiracy to commit interstate murder for hire and interstate murder for hire.
The family speaking with Fox 4's Yvette Sanchez on what these 3 years have been like for the family and how they plan to move ahead.
It's been hell for our family. I mean, we have to watch 2 boys grow up fatherless.
3 long years ago, Keion Upshaw was just 23 years old when on an early November day, he was shot and killed in what police believed was a drive-by shooting in front of his home on Gardenia Avenue in Fort Myers. Week after week, month after month, Upshaw's older sister, Brittany, stayed in touch with police.
We were assigned with Detective Urisetti. He would always tell me, call me, call me, call me. Sometimes he had an answer. Sometimes he had, some good news. Sometimes he didn't have nothing.
Then suddenly,
thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. To get to this point here and to get that phone call, it's a blessing. Thank you, Jesus.
Word of a federal indictment and 2 suspects, Marvin Harris Jr. of Fort Myers and a second man from the Midwest. Prosecutors said Harris, who goes by Mesh, paid Latrel Jackson, who went by Kobe, to drive from Plainfield, Illinois to Fort Myers in October 2019 and commit a murder. 5 days later, Upshaw was taken from his family in their own front yard. Now, however, though the wheels of justice turn slowly, a Fort Myers family finally has some answers, with the exception of one. Why would someone potentially go to such lengths to end Keion's life?
He was full of life. He loved his boys. He took very good care of his kids. He didn't bother nobody. He wasn't in the streets.
In Fort Myers, Yvette Sanchez, Fox 4.
More of the story came out on one of the suspects earlier this week from the FBI. On Wednesday, a U.S. district judge sentenced Marvin Harris for conspiracy to running a drug trafficking ring out of a neighborhood in the Palm Beach Boulevard area, where Harris recruited dealers to work for him in exchange for housing, where they could distribute the drugs. Investigators say part of the time Harris was in charge of the drug ring, he was in jail. The crime earned Harris a 24-year sentence in federal prison.